What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay back up in this mug. Thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday evening. And we're taking a look at some Primaris Marines. How the heck have you been? The last time I made a video, I was getting married. And boy howdy, what an adventure it has been since that day. July 16th, so that's 4 months? July, August, September, October, 3 months. Oh boy, 3 months ago. I got married 3 months ago. I can't believe it. It's been crazy, and there have been a lot of great happy up times and a couple of really not so great times that I don't want to get into, but let me just say it's been a whirlwind 3 months, and it's kind of thrown my studio up on its head. It's kind of thrown all of my artistic endeavors up on its head, and I just wanted to share with you what I've been doing and try to wrap up this Primaris project by the end of the week. So the main impetus of this series of videos is going to be Feral Strike, my boy Feral Strike, who hasn't posted videos in a couple of years, and all of a sudden a couple months ago he just comes out of the woodwork and he's like, bam, I got this project, boom, orcs, boom, goblins, boom, beastmen. And it's super inspiring to see him posting project videos, especially because I haven't seen that guy in a couple of years, like I said, in any of my project videos, and this is the first year that I really haven't done anything. There's no July Painting Challenge, there's no Spookytoberfest officially, and it's so great to see him doing some projects, and it's great to be back. I'm hoping to inspire some of you out there who have kind of gone dark in the great dark internet, and I hope you're all painting. I hope you're working well. And I just saw on the news last night that they're shutting down Google Plus because of some security issues, and that's a bummer because I guess that means that Google communities and like everything is going away. So that's probably not going to affect YouTube, but that's a bummer that Google Plus is going the way of the dodo bird. It was great. It was great fun having an actual community out there where people would join different groups. And I think I'm a member of so many different groups, and mostly hobby related or role-playing games related. And Idig Beer is on like 90% of them, posting up every single day as Necrons. And it's just great to see so many hobbyists out there connecting and sharing pictures and videos. And it's kind of a bummer that we'll still have Facebook and Twitter. You can find me on Warboss Tay, and hopefully we'll be getting a lot more content out. I always say that, and then real life, Gabubu rears his ugly head, and all of a sudden I'm getting married. All right, so let's look at these Primaris Marines. Enough gabbing. This is for a project that has been on the books for a long time that I've wanted to really get down. Some of you may remember all of these guys here when I was unboxing them. I've been working on them behind the scenes and building them up, so let's go through them. The first thing I want to show, because this is going to be a project video for the rest of the week. I'll post a video every day of my progress because Feral Strike is really inspiring me, and I need to get this done. So today's Wednesday. I want to have it done by Friday. I think I can do it. I can achieve it. I've blocked out some hours every single night to do it, and I hope you will join me. All right, so 3 minutes and 40 seconds in, let's talk about some models. The first one is this Eldar Ulthuan. Boom, surprise attack coming in from the left. I am painting him up in a color scheme that is the Ulthway color scheme, so a lot of bone on black. The black I'm highlighting with Incubi Darkness, which is going to create a nice deep blue highlight, which I think is way better than gray when you're working with Eldar, because Eldar, especially Ulthway Eldar, have so much black that going up to gray, especially because the bone color is very similar to gray, it's just more of an ivory eggshell color. I thought the blue would give it a nice contrast, and it would make it look more like velvet, or you know, just like a thicker, heavier fabric that is more something in line with what the Eldar would be wearing. So the plan with him is to build up the bone colors and work on the staff. I haven't really touched the staff at all. I've just highlighted up the robes. The bone is Rakarth Flesh shaded with Nuln Oil, highlighted back up with Rakarth Flesh. The yellow is Averland Sunset, and then I'm using a P3 yellow color, which, oh, I hope I brought it with me. I'm at my mother-in-law's house working to try and get these things finished. Here we go. Trying to get these commissions finished, so I'm going to be really churning. It's Cygnus Yellow, and it is from the P3 range, and it is really beautiful. It's not very thick, it's very watery, which means that you're going to want to paint it over a base coat. So I used Averland Sunset, but you could also use like Xandri Dust or a more brownish color. Yeah, and then I'm going to be going for blue gemstones, gold, Balthazar gold on the jewelry, and we'll see how that guy comes up. I found this thing, I thought it was it was so good because it's like I'm from Hawaii and I've kind of been missing my home. I haven't been able to fly back ever, and so it's cool seeing that they feature it in this current issue. You can hear my bird. I have a parrot, Merlin, and he's this little blue bird. I'll put a picture of him up at the end of this video, and yeah, he's chirping. I think he can hear me, and he wants some attention, but I've got to film these videos, Merlin. So let's get on to the special characters. Last, we'll look at the guys that I've already painted. You've already seen in other videos. This captain with a power sword and a bolt pistol. Nothing new really with him, just cleaned up the base and tightened up some highlights. So for all of these guys, what I'm going to be doing to bring them up to each other's level is I'm going to be highlighting the base. Some of the bases haven't really been highlighted. I'm going to be working on, like this guy, this special edition, I think is a Primaris Lieutenant. He was just in his Xandri Dust color, and I think I shaded him in known oil, but I've really cleaned him up. You can see I went over him with a couple of coats of Xandri Dust. I even started on the highlights with the Rakarth Flesh. Going to be continuing that. Got to finish all those Rakarth Flesh highlights and finish all the details. This guy here, I remember he was in his early stages the last time we looked at him. So same thing. With all of these guys, I'm going to be really bringing up the highlights and just painting as many thin layers of paint as I can to clean up those thick, heavy lines. The captains, you've seen the captains before. There's nothing new with them. Just the standard that I want to bring the rest of the guys up to. Again, highlighting black with blue. Beautiful, makes it really pop and look a lot nicer than gray. This captain with the power sword, I have to add the yellow flame effect on the sword. I clean up the helmet a little bit. For the helmet, I shaded it with watered down Thunderhawk blue. Or no, I'm sorry, it's the Fang. I started on Thunderhawk blue. It was still a little too blue, so I went with the Fang. It's a little bit more gray. Just water it down. You can use Lamian medium or just really heavily water it down, and it makes a really nice shade for white. It makes it look a lot cleaner and crisp and very cool coming up. Very cool, bro. And let's look at, whew, man, running long. See, it's been so long. I'm really just spending as much time as I want getting back and talking to you. How you guys been? Hope you've been well. Haven't really been paying attention to any videos. I've been so busy. Okay, so highlighted this. This one I decided to highlight up the gray with white. And it's a little bit different from the black. I think the black going up to a blue is nice and cool, and with the gray I wanted to go up to white. So I think I'm finished with his armor, but I just have to highlight up the different, put some blue maybe on the shoulder pad, on the blue areas. But I love this figure. The Bannerman, as Jamjog would say. He's great fun to paint, especially because they've got that raised design on the banner there. Okay, let's take a look at the fun stuff. I think I did a video, I think I might have done a video on this guy, the Chaplain. Came out really nice. I'm really pleased. Everything from the script work, which I did with a Micro Arts pen, to the gold and the silver. It was a lot of fun to paint. Beautiful model. I went with purple for his Crozius Arcanum handle, just because I wanted it to stand out from the red. Dark red for his Confessor, bolt pistol, or whatever you call that, and then bright red for the Purity Seal wax. Beautiful model. And here's the Librarian. The last thing I did with him was I shaded him with Drakenhof Nightshade, and it really darkened that armor, so I'm gonna have to bring that back up. I'm not using Cantor Blue or Calidor Sky. I'm actually using Sotek Green, which is a nice green paint, and it bluish green paint, so that's really fun to paint. And again, I use that bright yellow for those two tubes there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to paint. It's just going to be highlighting them up without getting too bright and gaudy with the blues. And finally, the guy I'm most proud of, as we round up 10.5 minutes here, is the Apothecary. I painted, you might remember I painted him in white and I was shading him down. So the white that I used was Celestra Gray, and then I highlighted that with Oathwand Gray. And it came out really, really nice. When you do a shade of Agrask's Earth Shade mixed with known oil, it creates this really nice dark line for shading. And yeah, I built up the armor for the guy here on the base, just like the rest. And then I used that awesome Tamiya Clear Red for the blood effects. So he pulled out his little Space Marine gland there. He's checking it out, making sure it's okay. He used some of his tools to extract it. You got a little bit of it spattered on his white boot there, and then he's gonna pop it into one of these little holding containers. That's the story there. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. So highlighting up, doing final details, putting some computer graphics on his little gauntlet there, adding in some highlights, doing all the purity seals, the script work, that's next. And I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow, let you know how I've come along with these models. Working on trying to get them done by the end of Friday, get them shipped out to the client. And I'm just so happy to be getting back to them because it really reminds me how much fun I have when I'm painting and how much I enjoy painting and working on models. Also working on the Kingdom Death project that I've been churning out also, the Monster 1.5, so stay tuned for updates on that, and I hope you're all doing well out there. We'll see you in the next video. Latest, players! And there's my bird, Merlin. He's so adorable. He's blue, he's small, and he's got little white marks on his wings, so he reminds us of like the sky with little puffy clouds. I love him. He's really, really cute. I never thought I would be a bird person. You know, all my life I thought I was like a dog person, but I'm a bird person, I guess, also. And a clown person. Hey, speaking of clowns, transition, I'm super excited to share with you the Killer Space Clown book that I wrote. It's a horror anthology of flash fiction stories, and it's, you know, it's the spookiest time of the year, so why not share it with all of you out there that have been watching me for maybe a couple of months or maybe for a couple of years and have seen me grow and progress and evolve in my hobby and my art. Writing is something that I've always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do. You might remember my Lore Master challenges from the July painting challenges. I have always wanted to really build a body of work that I can leave as a legacy. And as much as I love painting and miniatures and the art of using color to create original works of art, I think I want to also develop the side of myself that's a writer that wants to create worlds and use words to just inspire and illuminate and entertain and scare the pants off of you. So if you enjoy little short stories, these stories are all 500 words each. They're exactly 500 words. That was kind of my gimmick. There's 10 of them in the book, and they're all horror themed, and they all kind of connect to each other in a larger kind of cinematic literary universe. So I hope you enjoy it. I will put the link down below to the Amazon link, as well as to the Universal book link, which you can use to get to iBooks or Kobo, or if you have a Barnes & Noble Nook reader. And I hope you check it out, and I hope you like it. It's only $1.99, and if you do purchase one, it would really help me out as an artist, as a struggling writer and painter. And I just want to say thanks again for joining me on this journey as I continue to develop as an artist. Coming up, I'm going to be writing a flash fiction anthology for a fantasy series as well as science fiction. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.